before I begin the SIDBoomBox Finale demonstration video, I decided to let you know that this is going to be quite a long video, and that is intentional. I mean, we're all in isolation from this freaking coronavirus, so I thought, you know, make a long video. Oi! So get your snacks, your tea, or whatever other beverage you have, and prepare for a nice, lengthy, chilled, fun video full of Commodore 64, Amiga, and cassettes, hi-fi recording. Don't forget to check out PCBWay if you're looking for custom PCBWay circuit building. I checked out their PCBs and found them to be of excellent quality, and I'm indeed considering them for a future project sometime. And judging by just how surprisingly fast the goodie box with their PCBs got to me, I know they have a fast service. Now today we're gonna do a finale on the SIDBoomBox. Whoops! What? I'm doing a finale. You're not gonna let me turn it on? He doesn't want me to turn it on. Why? What? He's like, no, it's mine. It's mine. I think that's it. He's claimed it. He's claimed it. Oh, there's no card in there. Okay, I have to turn it off. I'm sorry, sweetheart, I'm gonna have to put the card in and you're not gonna let me. Let me put the... What? Let me put the card in. Why? Why not? It's mine. I've made it. It's not yours now. I have to put the card in, okay? And now can I turn it on? There we go. First, unswitching. I'm scared to show you around now. Don't attack me, okay? He's purring, so he's he's in a very playful mood. Okay, so this is Memorias, one of my own tunes, which I created on Soundtrack Pro 2, of course, but I've converted it to S3M, so it's not exactly how it should be, but it still sounds okay. Some stuff missing. And that's only until Wayne implements Soundtrack Pro 2 compatibility on this. Let's try Dolby. Sounds alright, actually. Sounds actually kind of cool. With the reverb. Oi! Stop it! Oi! Stop it, you! Let me mess around with this. Okay, so a couple of the features here. You can see at the top here. It's packed with features. That sounds so cliche, I know, but it is packed with features. I literally packed the freaking thing with features. Oh, darn it. I think he came out. Bleed. Okay, so going through all the features at the top here. This is bass. This is treble. This is the VU meter range, because sometimes you get a song that's, you know, or a piece of music that's too quiet and you need to just up the range a bit. So that's the VU range. This is just stereo separation, which, you know, I made the separate thing from, but I've put it into here. And this is for the reverb circuit. This is the amount of delay there is or the amount of delay or echo there is. And this is the mix, you know, the wet-dry mix between the reverb and the actual sound itself. So it kind of just mixes them for the, so it determines, you know, how much of the effect is in the actual mix. That's what wet-dry actually means. Of course, here you have Dolby. Now you press this here, it activates Dolby, and you notice that there's a tricolor LED here, an old school tricolor LED. And at the back there's a switch which selects between Dolby B, which you can see it's turned green, that's Dolby B, and that's Dolby C. So you can like flick between Dolby B and C, and of course that's off. Now that's the reverb, and of course you have that on there for reverb. You can put them both on together if you want. Now this is auxiliary input. Now this has an auxiliary port at the back here, which I've put. Here we go here, that's aux in. Now this one here is the headphones and speakers toggle. That's on headphones now. There is a headphone jack here at the side. Now these two here are to do with the VU meter itself, the VU meters. This selects which input it is, the VU meter. And this one here is line mode and dot mode. And I will demonstrate those later on. This is volume left, volume right, and this one is the output level. So the output level, there's you can actually connect this. Now then at the back here you will see a DIN. Now what you can do is connect this to the DIN input and output of, you know, a cassette deck, you know, and it will record whatever comes from the SID box itself. So, you know, I can connect my, you know, Senor Sanyo, the other boombox. It has a DIN input output, so I can just link this with that, and it will record whatever this gives out. So at the back here, here's the Dolby B and C switch. It's on C at the moment. This one is the battery level indicator at the front. So if you turn this off, let's demonstrate it here. Let's turn it off. You will notice it go down. The reason why is because, you know, there's less battery usage. You can just, like, if you want to check the battery level, you can just turn it on and then, you know, just see. Now these are the functions on the SID box. Okay, now if you look at the SID box itself here, you will notice that it has 4 hardware buttons, and you know, it's these first 4 here. These play, pause, it's got stop, and then it's got skip, forward and reverse. And these other 4 have been implemented especially for the SIDBoomBox, which has its own firmware. Wayne put some more contacts onto the circuitry and added these buttons. Now this one goes to the menu system, so wherever you are, it goes to the menu. And this one changes between tracker mode and player mode, so you can switch quickly between them. Normally what you'd have to do is go to the menu, which is top right, and then, you know, select which one you want, tracker or player. Yeah, so you have that happening. Now when you're using this, the actual SID box itself, and it's handheld and it's mobile, it's so easy to use the touchscreen, you know, you could just easily do this. However, when it's on like the SIDBoomBox here, it's very hard to kind of, I have to twist my wrist to do this, you know, or just you have to twist it upward, and it's not the most easiest thing to navigate. So I thought the vital things, you know, I can put it on this, you know, on the actual hardware buttons. So I decided, yeah, menu button, switch between the actual player and tracker, and this one here switches between the SID chips. Now as you can see here, you have 8580 on both channels. If I press it again, you have 6581 on both channels. Now you have 8580, 6581, 6581, and then you have 6581. It swaps, so you can choose whatever you want on what channel, you know, so you can go through modes, and that's real time. You can do it on the SID box itself, but you have to go, you cannot do it real time like this, you know, you have to go into the menu system and then select, you know, which one you want on which side. So the function is there, however, there's an, you know, of course, the functionality for this, there's an extra hardware button I've added just to make things easier. Let's go to the menu here. Now the final button here is the file browser. Now when you click this, you can go up and down using the skip buttons, and when you press play it selects one. Now let's go into the file browser here and let's select a SID. Let's go into my SID folder. So it's so much easier doing it like this. It's quite amazing. Let's do it on a SID which I know, on which all of you know that I always use to test the different types of SID. Now then. This is 61281. Actually, I'll do one better. I'll connect this to your ears and then demonstrate it that way, so you can see the difference. Okay, so now that was the demonstration of the SID functionality, and now what I'm going to do is just show you some of the buttons here at the back and what they mean, or what they are, what they mean. It's not the hieroglyphics or anything like that. Now then, the back of this thing, as I showed you earlier on, this is the Dolby B and C switch here. This one is that battery level indicator. Now this one here, now it has external, you know, I've put, yeah, this is milliput and it's rock solid. This is, you know, you can connect external speakers to this. And this button here is to switch between, you know, the ones built in and the external ones. You know, so you can, you know, both of them. Now, this one here is for the, what do you call it, the lights. Again, it's, I was thinking of these lights here. Again, I was thinking of, you know, the power. So there's two sets of lights here. The bottom ones and the back ones. So this is just to take the bottom ones off, again, to save battery power or external, you know, power. That's this. This one here is to switch between power sources. Yes, you can like power this with 3 power sources, the mains, battery, and an auxiliary source in, which I've put here, and you can just switch between all of them. This is the reset switch for the SIDBox. Every time you need to reset the SIDBox, you just press that switch, that button I mean, and it's there. And this is, you know, switch between the input, the aux in, and the tape playback. So you can play back a tape through here. The switches between the inputs. So literally it's just got like an extra input. I've got 2 inputs, not 1. I've even done the detail to the point of using an actual neon indicator lamp. I don't know, it's just the flicker of it just, I don't know, it takes me back. I like it. Now let's turn this off and listen to the relay switch as this turns off. That's satisfying. I'm easily pleased. There's like a relay switch on almost every switch here, but they are got a use, they come in handy. Now let's insert these D-cell batteries. They're not, you know, fully charged or something. No, I mean, they don't have full charge, I should say. They're not rechargeable, but you know, let's hope they work enough just to demonstrate. I don't have that ribbon thing, I don't know where that went, so I'm not sure. The good thing about this is that I designed, if you remember, if you've been watching this series, I designed the power to be auto switching. So if I press this while, you know, the batteries are in, it automatically switches to the main power. Obviously if I undo that, it automatically switches back to the battery, and I did that via relay switch. How else can oh, it works. The battery's really low. It's like 2. These batteries are dying. But hey, it still kind of works. Oh, the batteries are literally like going. You can see there. I don't think this is gonna survive the test. But let's make it play something at least. It's playing something. This is literally going. The batteries. Now the good thing is, if you click on the power, it switches to mains. Oh yeah, then it switches to thingy. So there is a delay between mains and battery, so it does reset the SIDBox. That's unfortunate, but hey, it still works, at least. But the switch between battery and mains is flawless. You know, it instantly just turns on, so it doesn't disturb, you know, the SIDBox. That's the main thing. Anyway, let's take those batteries out. You know, battery indicator, they're suffering, poor things. They're just like dying. And you know, since it's like freaking coronavirus stuff going on, I didn't get the chance to go out and buy some new batteries, so I had to scrounge around. That's why I like different. It's like different stupid scrap batteries. What did I just do? Oh yeah, the battery switched on. Let's turn that off. I was wondering how this battery. I was fooled by my own creation. It's always nice when that happens. That's something that you that you don't expect. that you don't expect. All these stupid. Freaking. This one's so light. It's like weighs nothing. I just remembered. Do you know what I used to think when I was little? I used to, because this one weighs a lot compared to this. This is just like freaking shell with nothing in it. I'm sure it's just a wire inside. What I used to think when I was little is, you know, I used to check, okay, if a battery's full, it's heavy. If it's running out, it's light. I used to think it was like fuel. Now, before all this coronavirus freaking isolation thing, you know, I've been in isolation for like the past week now. So before all that, like about a couple of weeks before that or something, went outside and did some demonstrations there of, you know, using external power and speakers and stuff. So yeah, I will show that, and then we'll come back here and I'll show you, you know, more features of this thing. Okay, so we have the SIDBoomBox, and of course we're gonna do a crazy thing and connect it to battery, car battery. What I think is I'm going to have to make slight adjustments to the Dolby circuit. The output has 2.2 microfarads, which is kind of diminishing the bass comfortably. So it's, see what I mean? It's like when it's 2.2 microfarads, bass, there's not much bass at all on the Dolby. And notice that when you press Dolby, it cuts the bass. Yeah, so it's because of those 2.2 microfarads. So what I just want to like up them. So now I'm aware it's still on, but it's not switched to these speakers. I need to still paint acrylic primer over this so it looks nice and fully black rather than dusty. Switch to that. Ooh! I heard clickies from them.
I did.
Let's turn back. Okay, so now I'm going to switch it to these. Not bad. Coming out of these now. Yeah. Now what I've done here is added a counter, and the counter reset. I cannot reset the time, but what I ended up doing instead was, you know, asking to link it to the SIDBox, so it ends up just, you know, as one of these buttons is a reset button. It resets the entire track, therefore resetting the counter. So I've done it that way. The only thing that's bugging me about this now is a stupid freaking Hitachi thing. I need to figure out how to print a metallic logo and just how to get rid of this thing, because this is not a sticker. It seems to be like onto the actual plastic itself. I need to get rid of that. It has to be done. So now we have some fun, and I connected to the Amiga 500 here. Okay, so the output directly from the Amiga, I've decided to connect it into here. And we all know that the output of the Amiga is quite low. And with that, I'm slightly nervous about this, because I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. It fits snugly on top of an Amiga. Looks great! Turn it on. Why are you not turning on? Because the lead is not connected. Power lead. Set this onto aux input, and let's turn the Amiga on. Sounds promising. Okay, that's loud enough. That got me actually. Put Dolby on. boombox Mega Demo in. Here we go. SID. With reverb, that sounds so good. That crackling you can see, that crackle which you can hear every now and then, that actually means the input level is too high. So what I'm going to do is, this slider here at the end, I'm going to assign that to input level, the aux input level. I might as well just do that. They still have control over, you know, what goes in, rather than just blasting it. Like this, you cannot, there's no control from the Amiga itself. And there's no control on the input, so, you know, it's not acceptable to me, but hey, it works well, a bit too well. Now then, Wayne wrote something, especially for the SIDBoomBox firmware, and that is the spectrum analyzer, which is, there we go, spectrum analyzer, which reacts to the aux in as well. So it's truly integrated. It's not just like, you know. So this reacts, as I said, to anything you put in the aux in, whether it's mini disc or cassette or whatever else, your phone. Yeah, they're a bit high actually. Now a brief introduction to a new member, a new addition to my hi-fi setup. I'm going to go through the details of this 3-head cassette recorder, you know, in a future video of its own, but for now I'm going to use this as I need it because it has Dolby C recording. So what I'm going to do here now is connect the output of a mini disc player, recorder player, to the input of this, record something to cassette via mini disc using Dolby C. Like I'll encode it with Dolby C, and you have to obviously play back with Dolby C on, or else it'll sound like absolute cack. So yeah, let's put this in there. What I want to test is just, oh okay, hi. What I want to test is just using the cassette, play it back through the SIDBoomBox without any Dolby C encoding on the cassette, however turn Dolby C on the SIDBoomBox. And, you know, it should sound fine then, you know, it should go through the Dolby filter and everything should be good. This in here. Oh, sorry, there's something in there. Some Amiga remixes because everything else is copyrighted. That's actually from the tape itself. You hear it from the tape, from the source. It doesn't sound as good from the source again. What's this sorcery? No pun intended. That's actually the recording from the tape in real time. go, that's done. Just tap on that as well. Wow, can you believe that sound is from a Chrome cassette? Right, I'm going to connect this directly to your ears, and I want you to listen out for the highs, the hi-hats, and you know, comparing when I switch Dolby off, I'll switch it on C. See what I mean there? The highs without the Dolby filter literally just spill out everywhere. They're a bit more defined with the C, and you know, it just sounds really nice. So now let's test this on the SIDBoomBox, connecting an external player. You know what? Actually, let's not connect this. You know, for once, let's connect a player which does not have Dolby C, or does not have Dolby either, and you know, kind of will just show that you can put Dolby C onto any player. There we go, I found a personal stereo which does not even have Dolby at all. Yep, does not have Dolby at all. Let's play it with this. It does have normal and metal tape selectors, so at least it has, I can play the Chrome cassette. Oh, that works. Good. The sun's coming out. It's getting beautiful and warm. So, the SIDBoomBox back again. Let's connect the volume into the aux in. Select it on the Chrome. Select aux. Should have volumes on low. This is the first time I'm trying this, by the way. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, if it's going to work at all, because I know you have to have the levels right. That's definitely without any Dolby. Ooh. That works well. Do you know one thing? You can actually adjust the amount of Dolby by adjusting the input volume. That's actually pretty cool. It works so well. I didn't expect it, to be honest. Okay, something cool about this, right? If you adjust the input volume, the input as in, you know, the volume to the Dolby, in other words, the output to this, It's almost like a variable Dolby, because Dolby does, you know, it depends on the level, the amount of effect there is on the Dolby. So this is like almost like a variable thing. If it still sounds a bit too, how do you say it, like a bit too spilly. I don't know how to say it, but if it sounds too like spilly, then you can just like lower the volume. It will clamp it down a bit. The Dolby will clamp it down more. If it sounds too clamped, then you can, you know, just increase the volume. So it's kind of, you can just adjust the volume there. Once you've adjusted it, use this as your volume, the output. This works really good. There you go. It's an actual boombox now with Dolby C. The left channel's a bit low. Why? What's the left channel low for? Can't be the recording, that was good. Maybe this needs cleaning, actually. Yeah, it's fine here. That's from Amiga. What I think it is? I think this needs a clean here, a head clean here. But hey, that's a problem. You know why? Because I ran out of isopropyl alcohol, and of course used the Alpha's hands to make hand sanitizer. And guess what? The 10-pound 1 liter bottle that I used to buy, that same one which you've always seen in my videos, is cost like £35 now. So you know. What the freak. Once, you know, this freaking corona, whatever, blows over, I'm gonna get myself a 5-liter tub. Once the prices go down, that is. I'm gonna get myself a 5-liter container. Because I'm always using this stuff. I'm always doing restorations, always doing head cleaning, always just need it so much. So yeah. And who knows where the frickin' world's going. What are the stupid virus? God forbid. Yeah, the left side's working fine now. It's just the other one needs a freaking head clean. And I recorded it at slightly lower level. I need to increase the recording next time I record with this deck. It's a new deck. You start getting to know it and then realize what makes it tick. And that is the Amiga sampler. Yeah, basically this is an Amiga sound sampler. It does what this thing does. The sampling cartridge. Amiga sampler. Now then, the cool thing about this is that it will record anything you put into the aux. So you can just connect whatever it is to the aux. It amplifies the signal. Basically it works, there's an input on the SIDBox circuitry, and that is the FFT, and that will actually, that goes into the Amiga sampler and also powers that graphic equalizer that you see, and that's connected to the amplifier and all this. Monitor it. Just monitoring. Check the volume levels. Make sure it's not too high. Yeah. Then you sample. See it's sampling. To play this back, you have to take it off aux, because obviously you have to take it through the SIDBox. So you play. Okay, that's too loud, actually. You can hear it clipping a bit. And sample. And you know what the cool thing about this is? If you turn Dolby on, it'll sample with the Dolby. Or you could turn the reverb on, and it'll sample with the reverb effects. Run out of memory. Okay. Actually, let's do that again. Yeah. So the Dolby. So the reverb. There you go. Just take the Dolby off, take the reverb off. Go back to... No. There we go. Fantastic. Turn Dolby on. Turn the reverb on. Let's play that again. Turn Dolby on. Turn reverb on. Then once you've done that, unfortunately, there's not enough memory to like have more, but that's a fair size sample. Now you can just save that. Just call it whatever you want. Test. That's okay. There we go. Saved. That's saved in the SD card. Now you can transfer this to your Amiga. Then you have your sample. It's a sample directory in there. Now what I've implemented in this is that you can connect another boombox or Ghetto Blaster, whatever you want to call it. No, boombox, Ghetto Blaster, or cassette deck with a DIN input-output, or just a normal RCA input-output if you have the DIN adapter, to this, and this will act as like the amplifier for this. Just get DIN cable, connect it onto this. This will basically work on aux, so you gotta connect it to aux and flick this onto the DIN. Let's switch there. Hey, the cassette we just recorded. Why not? That works there. Let's connect this back in. There you go, it's working through here. Working through both. So you got double the speakers as well. Now I'm going to do a test recording. Bear in mind that this is not, a professional recorder like the other Iowa one. It's just a basic, boombox Ghetto Blaster recorder, so it doesn't have any recording levels or anything like this. So, yeah. It's just normal. So what I'm going to do is try and record from it using this. Hopefully do a good record for the example I want to do. Okay, let's give this one a go now. Start recording. Oh! Okay, it's a test. It's okay. It's allowed. See, the range comes in really handy. There we go. It's recorded. That's coming from here to here, by the way. I mean, it's how this records. It sounds like it's recorded from radio, to be honest. I like that effect. Though I wouldn't use it for like proper recordings on Chrome cassette. It's just, ferric recording. It does. This sounds like it's been recorded from the radio. Oh, it's got that. I like that actually. There you go. It records it, plays back. You can connect cassette decks to it. Okay, so right at the beginning I said I was going to do like a weigh. Right at the beginning I weighed each one of these. And before I started this I said I weighed it before and I'm going to weigh it after again. Right, so this is 3.316 kilograms. Okay? The reason I'm weighing it is because I want to see how it'll end up being. I just got this feeling that this is gonna end up, once I've finished with this build, this is gonna end up being heavier. I'm not trying to make it end up heavier, but I feel it's gonna be. So let's have a look anyway. Let's see what happens. We'll compare in the end. So let's weigh Senor Sanyo. Oh, he's not gonna change, of course, same as before. Yeah, 5.2 kilograms. So yeah, 5.2 kilograms. Big boy. Let's see how much this weighs now. Ooh, 4.97068. Let's round it up and call it 5 kilograms. Yeah, there you go, 5 kilograms. So, Senor Sanyo's still heavier. Dude, we've been having roids. There we go, the SIDBoomBox. I keep feeling that, I'm missing something out because, there's so much to cover on this. But hopefully I'm not. And if you watch the entire series of this SIDBoomBox and how I made it, you'll know that it took a serious or a ridiculous amount of work and effort. But it was all fun and it's now worth it. I got a huge smile on my face because of it. So that is all for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this chill out session with me. Well, this fun chill out session with me. We did a lot. And I hope you all stay safe with all this isolation and coronavirus going on. Thanks so much for your likes, your shares. Do leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other videos and do subscribe for more. I wish to say a big thank you to all my patrons, especially my top tier patrons. Electronscape, Axel Dominator, Rich Carbut, Aaron Metcalf, Camel Tag, and Chris Sabalinski.